This is a test of a new program that will let one train run around the track for a set number of times and then stop and then let the other train run the track for a set number of times. Right now I'm not doing any fancy switching with it. I just letting it run this throughway or the side track, but this program I intend to build upon it. Right now this Delaware and Hudson RS3, the blue locomotive that's running the track, this should be its last cycle before being switched. So it'll come into the throughway and stopped, switches are thrown, and then power is applied to the side track. Now this locomotive that's now running the track is a little geep. It acts the same way as my Lionel line steamer, that when track power has been off for 15 seconds or so, the next time track power is applied to it, it reverts to forward. Whereas the D&H RS3 that's parked on the throughway right now will maintain its cycle. Since it was stopped in the forward motion, the next time it's powered up, it's actually going to be in neutral, then reverse, then neutral, and then it will move forward again. The forward reverse subroutine that I wrote is designed to accommodate for this situation. As I explained in an earlier video, it's impossible for the PLC to maintain memory bits of the train's sequence because some of them change. Like with this geep, will simply revert to forward after track power has been off for so many seconds. Right now this geep should be doing its last lap and then should be pulled into the side track and then stopped, and then the D&H RS3 will have another chance to run the track. So it comes in and stopped, switch is thrown, that's neutral, reverse, which is the wrong direction, neutral again, forward again. A lot with the other programs that I've written before, I would sound the soft alarm when the program was running. That's because they were single run routines that they would complete a task and then the program would basically end. In this case, I decided against using the soft alarm because this is an endless running program. These trains will just keep doing their laps and interchanging and switching for as long as the program is running. So the only thing that would ever sound is a hard alarm if an alarm is detected while the program is running, and then everything would stop. One situation that I've noticed, especially with the Lionel steamer, is on the end block over here, which is where the crossing flasher would go. That's where the program gets its count for how many laps the train has made around. Sometimes as the Lionel lines would enter that block, I would get a chatter on the input, so it would double count. Yep, time for the change. Another thing to notice here too is when this D&H is brought into the throughway and stopped, when the track power is dropped, the locomotive actually coasts for a little while, a bit before coming to a complete stop. So there's actually a possibility that it could overshoot the throughway and actually block that next optical sensor, which would then cause an alarm for the switches not clear to be changed. As you can see, it's actually kind of close to those next optical sensor. I plan to build upon this program by incorporating what I'm going to call a park routine, that when a train is brought into a section of track and stopped, that if it does in fact overshoot, that it will cycle the power twice and back it up so that it's clear of the sensors. Since I will need this routine in several areas, that's why I'm going to make that another subroutine to save on code. Basically, when this geep is brought in and stopped, it basically immediately stops. Right now, if I did have the track power at a higher level, this D&H would in fact overshoot and cause an alarm, which maybe for the next cycle I'll actually show that. Okay, see how that basically immediately stops. backs up until it hits that sensor, realizes it's the wrong direction. Power is cycled again. I've also made some improvements to the HMI, cleaned up the main screen, and now I'm showing the optical sensors. Of course, the last 4 are still not built. I'm working on that. I also now have a diagnostic submenu with my original switch throw routine and my alarm screen using the function keys. So actually now for this test, I'm going to increase the throttle. So when this train comes into to be stopped, it's going to overshoot. Okay, it'll be the next cycle. So I got it running a little bit quicker. And what should actually happen is it will overshoot its position. You see the train moved too far forward and is now blocking that optical sensor. So when you go to the alarm screen, switches are not clear for change. This is why I'm going to be incorporating a park routine next, because obviously locomotives will operate at different speeds and have to account for that. But so far, this proof of concept is working very well.